This episode of Savage Sessions is brought to you and produced by Radio Salad Studios. And now your host, Chucky T.
Our opening shot takes us over top of the illustrious and somewhat genteel city of San Fran. At the bottom of the screen, subtitles, it says San Fran, November 1875. Camera goes up, it pulls back, and we see we're following a large raven. As the raven flows back and forth, it goes over a large, immaculately kept park, massive on scale compared to the city. As it goes over this park, it dips back down, and the streets get incredibly narrow, much more so. A horse couldn't even fit down this. This is the spot where maybe a small wagon, as we see one go by, being pulled by someone. And the raven goes up, spirals around. We see another bird's eye view of a very tight, clustered neighborhood. As it dives back down, it lands on top of one of the brick-covered roofs. It looks down, looks at the camera, looks back down. The camera follows the bird's gaze down onto the street. And we see a group of people, all of them armed with various utensils of death, running down the street. All of them, some speaking in English, but most of them speaking in Mandarin. We see, because at the bottom of the screen subtitles, it says in Mandarin. And it's written in Mandarin, then it quickly translates to English. And it's just a flurry of people saying, they went this way, no, they're this way, find the dogs. And they move by. As they move by, we see a street littered with trash and some litter, and there's a bum lying there. And first we think he's dead until he twitches, and he rolls, and the camera slowly begins to turn to the right. And it stops at a doorway, and it goes to the door, up to the window, through the window, and inside there's a flight of stairs going down and up. The camera starts to go down, turns, and begins to go up. It gets to the next landing, and it pivots around, and we see our title characters huddled together, looking out the window, glancing at each other. As the camera pivots around, we see a nice little old lady, completely amiss compared to the individuals that she has taken in for refuge from the mob. Standing there, big smile on her small frame, and she holds up a tray, and on the tray there's a pot, several small little cups, and the camera zooms in on her and she says, "Hot sake?" And the camera tilts up to the ceiling, and we see some decorations, and the decorations twist and move, and it spells out the words, Deadlands, the Weird West.
Hello, players. Welcome to Savage Sessions, a production of Radio Salad Studios. My name is E.E. Morris, and we'll be your host along with Chucky T, Big Stompy Robot, and Johnny from Texas, as well as our mascot, Totes McGoat. For Deadlands, Weird West, Past the Salt, a tabletop RPG powered by Savage Worlds Adventure Edition. created by Pinnacle Entertainment. You should definitely check out everything they offer for all your role playing. Bless you. Now, as is tradition here at Savage Sessions, if there is any in-game currency, we'd like to start our players off with a little bit more. And for this system, that comes in the form of bennies. These are points that the players can spend to do cool and crazy things in the game, like survive and maybe, beat that 2 with a 22 like a guy did last week. The players have their current bennies, and they may now gain a little bit more by giving us a 60-second intro of yourself and a who are you from the player's perspective. Who would like to go?
Yes. Thank you, Everett. Yeah, kids, who wants to go first? This is not mandatory.
Yes, it is. No, it's
not. Well, yeah, just 60 seconds. Who are we?
Yeah.
I'll do it.
All right, you're up.
All right. Big Stompy Robot. I'm playing Doc Lightning. Doc is a mad scientist. Typical mad scientist garb. Spectacles with multiple arms with different settings for it. Big gun that's his pride and joy is the lightning gun. Backpack powers the gun. White apron. What used to be some really nice dress shoes that are pretty well wore out now. And yeah, he's always looking to tinker with something.
Nice. Well, go ahead and if you can take your extra bennies. Anyone else?
Howdy, y'all. I'm Johnny from Texas, and I will be playing Shady Doug Laveau, the huckster of the crew, always keeping 2 aces in his hat and 2 in his sleeve.
Nice. Let's go ahead and tell us what how you think Shady looks.
Shady's a well-dressed man from a wealthy family. Although was supposed to be a doctor, he did not pursue it. Instead, he pursued magic. Well, not voodoo. Still commits to other forms of magic, allowing him to pull from the streams, invisible magic streams that he sees. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Hey, thank you very much. If you can, go ahead, take your benny. And that leaves you, sir, if you want.
Hi. Also, Johnny, thanks for being here with us tonight. We love it.
Yes, thank you.
Heck yeah. So I plays with fire. So he stands about 6'4", weighs about 160, and it's all muscle. He's a younger individual. He's, 21, 22-ish. Just leaving his family and his upbringing to see what the world has to offer. He has just an insane fascination with modern machinery, magic, technology. He finds it all just so very interesting and, wants to kind of put that into his repertoire, to learn how all this stuff works. So yeah, wears the typical, leather pants and, the leather gear and the very simple headpiece with one feather. But he's got a 2-handed axe that you just don't want to mess with, and a bow and arrow that he's extremely adept with.
Nice. Yeah, thank you. If you can, go ahead, take your next benny, and I will move you guys over to the map of San Fran. Maybe. There we go. Let's try that. Oh my God, it worked. I mean, of course it worked. Yeah. So, Miss Lee, Oh, charming young lady. Charming young lady. She says her grandchildren are away at the moment, but she heard about the scuffle on the waterfront, and she is she's no fan of Mr. Liu that you put down. She feels he is a bully, is how she puts it. A vicious man. So putting that pig to the ground as far as she's concerned. And then the whole time she's talking about this, she's pouring the warm sake and she's handing it to each of you. Yeah, do you guys have any questions for Miss Lee? As she has offered to help you guys.
So, Miss Lee, thank you for your hospitality. What kind of areas of expertise do you have that could help?
Well, she states that she knows the city quite well. She was here towards the beginning of its inception, and she is on good terms with many of the bosses, as she puts it. She winks at Place and says that her pork dumplings are to die for. She says that she couldn't help but overhear when you guys were talking that you were looking for someone. Who were you looking for? But when you mention how, she perks up. When you mention the Jade Pavilion, she almost drops the tray. She looks around. She goes, "What do you want with Boss How?" And she mentions that she does know Boss How, and she's in good standings with him. She could arrange a meeting for the right price. All right, gentlemen, this will be a social conflict. So here are the stakes. If you fail this roll, if you do not beat her, if you crit fail it, which means if you roll double ones, if the primary rolls double ones, it will not matter. What? Well, no. The other two can try to support that, and I will allow that to go up to because if they get raises, it could bump that up to a 4, which may or may not be How or Miss Lee. We'll see. If you crit fail this, she panics.
Hopefully we got them all out last week.
Yeah. If you crit fail this, she panics and she actually calls for the mob.
Sweet.
Which means that your characters could suffer wounds or bumps and bruises. Oh, you'll find the Jade Pavilion and you'll find Boss Man How, but it'll cost you if you crit fail. If you fail, she doesn't call for the mob, and I will give you guys a chance to make a stealth roll. She'll tell you where the Jade Pavilion is, and I'll give you guys a stealth roll, but she will not assist you any further. Okay? If you succeed, well, there'll be a price to pay that somebody has to give up of valuable, and it will be a valuable that you guys will have to determine amongst the group as payment for her to guide you to the Jade Pavilion. If you get a critical success, if you get a raise, if you beat her by 4 points, not only will she not charge you, but that means you guys did something that made her like you a lot. And she'll take you there and she'll speak highly of you to Boss Man How.
Yeah, I guess I'll be primary because,
Primary.
like, I mean, unless someone's got something higher in intimidation or, what was the other one? Taunt?
Yeah.
Unless somebody's got something higher in those two. My highest is a D6 in persuasion.
Okay.
Oh, no, I do have a D8.
Ooh, that's right, because
Yeah,
Shade.
intimidation.
Yeah, because Shade is a shit talker.
That's
Yeah.
right.
He's a smooth talker, and he's all about pulling the wool over people's eyes. Hey, Johnny, you roll first.
All right.
All right.
Let me give you a moment to
Mhm.
think about what I'm gonna say exactly.
Okay.
'Cause-
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because remember, taunt is all about you're just bullshitting her. It doesn't have to be that you're ridiculing her. It's just you're talking circles around.
All right. Okay. I think I'm ready.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like, look at this woman. Put on my prettiest face. Look her dead in the eyes, and I ask her, "Excuse me, would you mind reintroducing me to Mr. Howell? We're old Go buddies. And it's been a long time since I've seen him. I figured we could have a game or two."
Oh, there's skepticism in her eyes. All right, go ahead. All right, so now you roll taunt. She then rolls smarts, which is good for you because her smarts is lower than her spirit. So it was
Okay.
a good choice on taunt. Good choice. So go ahead, roll me that taunt. Now, boys, he's setting the difficulty. Okay, he got 4 to 7, so he got 7. That's good. 7 is good.
Uh-huh.
So you guys can choose. You guys think that 7 is going to carry you guys? Because remember, if you beat her by 4 points, she will take you to the Jade Pavilion and she'll talk all sweet about you guys. So you got 7 sitting there. I have not rolled for how yet. So one of you, if you want, could test her, which means you might intimidate her. You might taunt her. You might use weird science. You can use any skill as long as you can justify how it's going to weaken her in some way socially. Okay?
I'm just gonna do my weird science stuff, you know.
Okay, so
Playing
what
with
you
my
want?
gun,
Okay.
playing with my gun, flipping things
Mi-
on and off.
Okay, because she said she's nervous about weird science shit. So if you start
don't
turning
like
that
it.
on,
Yeah.
maybe that'll throw her off and she'll be, oh, yeah, I'll take you. Okay, go ahead. Give me a weird science roll.
I do.
Okay, now are you supporting? Oh, shit. Okay, you need at least a 4. You got a 2 and a 3.
Yeah.
Okay, and are you supporting Johnny's role, which means you're trying to elevate it, or are you trying to make it more difficult for her?
I'm trying to think of what would be the best right now.
Okay, you got a 5.
Which would bump us to an 8, right? By support.
It'll bump you to an 8. Yep. She's rolling 2d6 right now.
Yeah, I'll support. Add 1
Okay.
more to it.
All right. Excellent. Everett,
I
we got
spilled my
plays.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
You got plays.
Yep.
Right now, you guys are at an 8.
Sure.
Remember, if you beat her by 4 points, she will take you. You will not have to give up something.
Well, and that's that's kind of my question to her is what's going to be the payment, because I'm a realist. I'm a, practical thinker.
Okay.
Something that's gonna not be very happy.
Yeah. Yeah. So what I need to know from you, Everett, is right now you guys are an 8. You could try to do something to support Johnny, and you could bump that up to a 9 or even a 10, depending on how well you roll. Or you could do something to her and make it difficult when I roll for her and lower her by 1 or 2. So which one do you want to do?
Let's see. So I can either support Johnny or knock her for a loop.
Right.
I would like to support Johnny.
Okay. And how you can do that? It can be any skill you want as long as you can justify how it's helping.
Yeah, so that's the other tricky one. Yeah,
Like you see, the doctor is starting. Her and Johnny were starting to go back and forth, and all of a sudden the doc starts pacing around her little. Because again, it's a small apartment, and he starts flipping switches, and that big ass gun starts making all sorts of noises. You see her trying to look at at Shady, and then also glancing over and watching the little bald-headed bastard walk around making weird noises in her place.
Does she have like common skills that society would know her for? Good things?
She says she's a cook.
Have we eaten her food yet?
You have not eaten the food. She's giving you warm sake.
Oh, which, hey, there you go. Can I have some? So, I look at her. Meanwhile, the doctor's doing his thing, and I sip the sake, and I look at her, and I'm like, oh, first of all, I must compliment you on your choice of sake. It's enticingly wonderful. I also hear the same about your cooking. I'm wondering, would it be possible for us to try one of your recipes without being too forward, of course?
Okay. All right. All right. Now,
die for it.
Okay. So this isn't bullshit. Are you genuinely asking her this, or are you just bullshitting? Okay. So it's persuasion.
Yeah, I'm genuinely. Yeah, I want to.
Go ahead. Roll me persuasion.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. Learn how to use the mouse.
Click.
We got 3 and a 1. You need at least a 4.
I'm gonna benefit Benny that.
Okay, go ahead. Toss that Benny. Hit re-roll.
Because I got 18. No, I don't. Well, there's your 4.
There's a 4. Okay, it's up to you. Do you want to keep that 4? Or do you want to try? Well, you got 4 and a 6. It's up to you. You can try to go. You would need to get a raise to bump that up by 2. So right now, you guys are sitting at 8, and you could go up to 9.
How about it?
There it is. There it is.
And the
Exactly. That is why you spend Benny. It's correct, Everett. You got yourself a 10. That's your success. That's your raise. Because it's 4 above what you needed to roll. So good job there. So, gentlemen, I'm rolling 2d6. I have to beat a 10. So let's see how this plays out. Oh my God.
Son of a bitch.
So anyway, for the listeners out there,
2
he rolled
6s.
2 6s, which ace, and a 12. So, and a nut. Never. So
There's
right
another
now
fucking
he's at 3 6s and a 20.
Oh,
Should have made you
Roll
the
another.
primary.
Roll another 6, you ding dong. There you go.
so there's
22.
Oh no! You only take 1. You only take 1. So
Okay,
6,
so
12, 14.
14. Yeah, 14. You guys got 10, so she beat you by 4 points.
yeah,
It was
well,
great.
4 points. Immediately, you see the panic come in her eyes as Plays leans in, and where it should have been sweet and genteel, Shady, you had her. She's on the hook. Oh, fuck. Hold that phone. We forgot someone.
mm-hmm.
We forgot Father Sam.
Yeah.
Okay, so if Father Sam gets a success and a raise, he could make this a failure, which means she'll tell you where the Jade Pavilion is, and you guys will need to make a stealth roll to see if you guys can get there without the mob catching you and beating the all-holy hell out of you.
Sneaky.
So, as a group, you tell me what you want Father Sam to roll. What do you guys think? What do you guys think Father's, because you guys can see it. Shady, you see it, man. You had her on the hook. The doc was doing his part, getting her off balance, and then Plays leans in, and it looks like it's gonna be, yeah, this is it. This is gonna clinch it. And then that creepy motherfucker's all like, hey, I like your sake. Yeah, I really did. Can I get some more? And how about some of that food? Lee starts to hurl back, and you know it's done, Shade. She's gone. She's gone. She's all you're fucked. She's not gonna help you guys. And Father Sam steps forward. Okay, what do you boys think? What do you guys think Father Sam should try to do to help this? As a group, you guys can talk to each other.
Right. I could imagine.
Couple of Hail Marys and Our Fathers.
Well, the question is A, is she religious? But B, I can see him pulling a nice smooth wool over her eyes. You know, real buttery, pastoral persuasion. For lack of a better phrase. That's
Okay.
what I
Have
fancy.
you heard the word of our Lord?
Oh yeah, that's gonna go over well. Johnny, what do you think?
Oh boy.
Right?
I'm gonna. Well,
Because honestly, all he needs is a success. Is if he gets a 4, then that puts you guys up to 11, which means it's a failure. So all he needs is a 4, but it's going to depend on what you guys choose as a group of how Father Sam is going to try and save this.
yeah, I can see the father trying to like butter her up.
Okay, all right. So hey, all right. So here.
The Lord will be most pleased if you help us.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. So who wants to roll for Father Sam? Who wants to take that responsibility? He's not going to use faith. He's just going to step forward, gently pull Plays back, and look at Miss Lee and apologize. And what my friend is trying to say is that the drink was very good, and he would also like the opportunity to try some of your excellent cuisines. And we've had a very long day, and I think before we go to the Jade Pavilion, he turns, he looks at each of you. I think it would be good for us, and thank you for taking us in and protecting us. And to be able to rest here. Bless you. Let's see if she likes this, or did he just make a social faux pas? Who wants to roll? It'll be a D8 and a D6.
I will.
Oh, you want this, huh?
And
All right.
well,
Remember, if you guys go on the run, it's all Everett's fault.
yeah, but if we all succeed greatly,
That's
So-
also Everett's.
that's
I can go on a weird science rainbow.
Okay.
that's a 3. What did I need?
You need a 4. Now, Father Sam has 3 bennies.
Throw a Benny.
You want to toss a Benny? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Let me get something right here. Go 1, 2. Okay. Toss it. Go ahead. Try that D8 and D6 again. We got 4.
That's
4 and
4
2.
and
It's up
2.
to you. He's got 2 more. You do have a fight coming soon.
Yeah.
Do you want? I got 2 more bennies for Father Sam.
So that 4 will get us,
That 4 is a success. So yes.
and that's good enough. Yeah, good enough.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, nope, social faux pas. No, apparently Miss Lee is not of the Christian faith, and Miss Lee has had, as she looks at Father, she glances around. No, I have heard, and her finger jabs out and it stabs the cross. Father Sam actually recoils back. I have seen these words before when we were brought here. No. And with that, you guys are being ushered out of Miss Lee's home. And she quickly barks the directions. And then she slams the door. As the four of you are looking around, the narrow streets in the city you've never been before, each of you are in your own way trying to remember the directions that she gave to you. Down in to the south, go south through the park. Can you go south? When you see the Black Raven Tavern, continue south. Turn left. You cannot miss it. Oh, there's a problem. You hear people yelling. Do you see them? Where are they? None of your crew speaks Mandarin, but there's a lot of people yelling. They're still looking for you. So what we're going to do next is going to be a quick encounter. As each of you are moving through the streets, try to avoid looky-loos and people that could find you. Each of you will give me a stealth roll. Here's what's going to happen before you roll, just so you understand. If you get a critical failure, this is a deadly quick encounter. If you get a critical failure, it means you roll double ones. That means you cannot spend bennies. I'm going to roll 2d4. That's how much damage your character has sustained. He can sustain wounds on this. This means members of the mob found you, kicked the living shit out of you, and your character may or may not be dead. If your character dies, I will allow you to take the role of Father Sam. Okay? If you fail, your character... Excuse me, if you get a crit fail, it's 2d6 damage. If you get a failure, it's 2d4. If you get a success, your character has made it, but had to fight people off. And you'll be at a -1 on the next encounter. Because you've suffered bumps and bruises. If you get a raise, that means you get your 4 plus another 4, so you need 8 to get a raise. If you get a raise, you made it. Look at you, you goddamn ninja. So, I need each of you to please give me a stealth roll.
What's that?
All right, Blaze of Fire's got himself a 2 and a 3. You need at least a 4.
Good God. I don't use bennies at all until today, so that's fine. Doop-a-doop-doop. Grabbing me a benny. Doop-a-doop-doop. Grabbing me a benny. Gonna do that. Gonna get a 3. Nope. Gonna get
Okay,
too
hold
bad.
on. All right, hold on, boys. Hold on.
I got optimistic.
Okay, so Plays has got himself a 3. You need at least a 4.
I only got 2 more bennies.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you will be in a fight soon.
Yeah. Now that looks like I'm gonna suck up the 3 guy.
Okay, so before I go on to anyone else, let me go over to here. All right, so I'm gonna roll 2d4.
It's not snake eyes.
Blaze was going, but he got a 4 and a 3. That's 7, plus another d4 because I got an ace. Oh, that's 10. What is Play's toughness?
67.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, I jack it up every session. It's actually a 7, yeah.
It's a 7. Okay, so your character is shaken. That means that on the way down, you were found and you had to fight off some of the mob. Okay, so hold on to that, and you've been hurt, but it's not life-threatening, so you didn't suffer wounds or anything like that. before we get into the next scene, I will need a spirit roll from you.
Oh, sure.
And if you pass that, then you'll be fine. If you fail it, then you'll be at a -1 just for the scene. Okay?
Could be worse. Yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. Okay. So think about that. And then I'm going to come back to you and you tell us how you think that looks in your head. All right. So
Oh, sure.
think about it. Let's go over to Shady. Shady Dog, you rolled a 2 and a 1. That's a
Yeah.
failure. It's up to you.
I'm gonna draw Benny,
Go ahead, drop that Benny and hit reroll.
and oh,
Oh, another 1 and a 2. Okay, you always keep the highest. Regardless, it's a failure, so it's up to you. You can keep spending if you want.
yeah. No, I just need to
Yep, just drop that
fix
Benny
this.
and click reroll if you want. Okay?
Well, we're gonna try to
Reroll.
stealth roll again.
Okay. Really, his stealth is only a D4?
Like all of
Yeah.
Wow, shit.
Stealth
That
roll it.
that does not sound right for Shady. I'll have to look at that. Okay, well, you got a 6, so that's a success.
All right.
So what that means is essentially it's the same deal. I'll be nice to you. You're shaken as you're going down. Members of the mob found you. You were able to fight them off, but you're suffering from bumps and bruises. At the beginning of the next scene, you'll give me a spirit test. If you fail, then you'll be at a -1. Okay? For
Okay.
that scene. All right. So, that brings us to Doc Lightning. Now, Doc, on the other hand, Doc is a spiritual ninja. Whether it's stealth or he just blew the living shit out of any dumbass that got in his way, that's up to Greg. So we're gonna start with Greg because Greg got an 11. He got success in the race. He's there, untouched, unscathed.
Yeah, I mean, I love my gun.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
just
so-
fire it up and turn it up a little bit. And the whining would pretty much just scare the people back.
Yeah. So before we go any further, Everett, you rolled for Sam last time, so that's either now Johnny or Greg. I need one of you to roll for Father Sam. It'll be a D4 and a D6. I need to know how fucked up is Sam,
I did
A
a good
D4 and a D6.
please. Holy shit.
Just rolled 1.
And the Lord is with him.
Yep.
Roll
Roll another
another
D6.
D6, please.
Roll another D6. All right.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Every time you get the highest, it aces, you can re-roll. That's a 9. That is a success and a raise.
Yep.
I will explain.
He was
how-
following me.
almost. I will explain how that works. But so you're outside of Miss Lee's, right? And you start going down, and all of a sudden, as you're sneaking along, off to your right, you hear, "There they are! Dogs! Kill them!" And people, the left and the right and behind you, start screaming and running in your direction. And it looks, holy shit, they've multiplied. These assholes have been recruiting while you've been in Miss Lee's. There's a whole bunch of douchebags that are itching just to beat somebody down. And in the chaos, your group scatters. We'll start with plays. Things did not go well for you. But you have made it to the Jade Pavilion, and you're suffering from bumps and bruises. What happened?
Well, as you stated, the group was multiplying and coming out of nowhere. And as I had darted away in order to, conceivably make myself invisible and meet up with the guys later, plans didn't go that way. So as our little entourage was realizing that people were showing up out of nowhere, where I thought I was virtually invisible. Two guys showed up out of nowhere. And they immediately recognized me. And we went to a very, I'll say a challenging but overcomable fight. I was able to knock the guys out, but at a small cost. Caught a few, things across the side of the head.
Okay.
Got a few scuffs here and there. Small bruise, but I was able to fend them off well enough in order to make a hasty getaway.
Nice. Well done. I like that. Johnny.
Yep.
Shady had similar problems. He watches they go, someone yelled this way, and by the time you turn, there's too many people coming up on you, and you just took off. In your head, you've made it to Jade Pavilion, but you were also suffering bumps and bruises. What happened?
So what happened was, on my way to the Jade Pavilion, meeting these people, I was able to, sneak, duck, and weave, but not dodge the incoming bricks and full heads of lettuce being thrown at me.
Nice.
One caught me in the eye.
Gotcha.
Concussion. In the end, I was able to fire off a flash of light and then disappear before they could recover.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Well done. Nice. So that brings us to Dark Lightning.
Oh boy.
You mentioned Jade Pavilion. No worse to wear. How did that happen?
Oh yeah, well, I was already kind of going into one of my weird science binges.
When
we got kicked out of the apartment. And it just kind of went on. I just started talking to people that weren't even standing next to me. Playing with my gun, adjusting buttons, making it whine. Might have even accidentally fired a slight shot off at a barrel.
Okay. And then that brings us to Father Sam. And as the group is descending upon Father Sam just as they come running up, and they've got like hose and pitchforks, planks of wood, bricks, rotten food. And one of them chucks the food at Father Sam before the others could get to him, weapons raised to bring this false prophet low. Father Sam clutches the crucifix close to him, his head down, and he nods, and he sets the shotgun down. He can hear the lightning going off. He can hear plays off in the distance. And he can hear the undeniable sound of black magic rocketing off somewhere down the side street. And he shakes his head, and while his hand instinctively goes to draw the shotgun up, he just recradles the grip of it, shakes his head, and he's muttering to himself. And he, with the crucifix that's in the hand, he cradles the shotgun, and as the tomatoes fly towards him, he opens his eyes. He doesn't even look at it. He just catches it in midair. And the group stop as he watches the man catch again. Father Sam's not a small guy. He's his average height. He's a chunky boy. The hand comes out of nowhere, catches the tomato. And it's like the lanterns in the alley go dim, and then they go brighter. And they seem more illumined than what they were previously. And Father Sam looks at the tomato, and he holds it back directly at the person who threw it at him, even though he's never seen him before. And as he holds the tomato out to him, he says in perfect Mandarin, as he's clutching the cross, "Son, you look hungry. Will this help you?" The little man's eyes get big as he walks up. He glances around. Someone grabs him. And in Mandarin states, sorcery. Don't do it. The assailant shrugs him off. He comes forward and he takes the tomato. He looks at it. It's perfect. It's ripe. He bites into it. Takes it, holds it up. It's good. He's made fresh food. With that, people start dropping their instruments. They start bringing rotten food up to Father Sam, and Father Sam, as he's walking by, he's touching the food, and he's making the food fresh and edible. And as you guys all converge, the Doc Lightning is on the front steps of the Jade Pavilion. The Jade Pavilion, well, they're right. You can't miss it. It's Jade. Hand of God is Jade. Everything is green or yellow. Normally, you would say it looks gaudy, but honestly, it's a beautiful sight. Out front, Mandarin at the bottom, but the big dragon on it. A green dragon lit up. Quite creatively, actually. Jade Pavilion. There are two young toughs out front, barring their way, but they're looking at each other and they're glancing down at the dock as the dock is pacing back and forth, spouting out the gun here and there. Blaze, you erupt from a side street. You see the dock and nothing bad's happening to him. You make your way forward. Shady, as you come sneaking out from on the side, you see Blaze walking over, and there's the unmistakable Doc Lightning out front. And as you guys come up with the Doc, well, Doc, you know what the hell happened to them? You got here just fine. These two, wow. Real
They
quick,
need a lightning gun.
Johnny, Blaze. Remembering how your character looked at the beginning of this story, how does your character look now?
Well, my character is soiled with lettuce and brick dust, so covered in bruises. I think somebody even dumped a waste bucket on my head while I was running.
Oh, you poor bastard. What about Blaze?
Oh, so there's a little bit of, dirt, blood, scuffs, but mostly just dirty,
Right.
Minor bloodshed, but enough to say, man, you've been through some.
Right. Well done, guys. Well done. Go ahead, each of you, please draw a Benny. You guys did excellent on that. And yes, man. Because yes, you wait for it seems like a while, and you hear the crowd, the mob, coming down the street. Each of you braces for another conflict, another bloody conflict, and then, as the mob is coming forward, you notice that they're excited. Kids are jumping around and people are running all over the place. And you see Father Sam. One hand is holding the crucifix and also holding the shotgun over his shoulder. And he's nodding, he's smiling, and he's shaking hands, and he's touching people, and he's touching food. And the mob, literally, you realize he's not walking. He's being carried by these people. And they deposit him at the front steps of the Jade Pavilion. And he turns, he nods, he says, and he looks at him, and I bow, right? Yeah, yes, yes, good. Oh, excellent. No, it's very nice to meet you. Excellent. Yes. I would love to come by. Yes, absolutely. Enjoy. Yes. God bless you. God bless you. And with that, the mob disperses because they realize where they're at. Father Sam turns, he looks at all of you, and oh my. What happened to you? Nice people.
Har, har.
Oh my God.
Mm.
Okay, before we go into this next scene, Johnny, Everett, please give me a spirit roll from your character. You can spend bennies on this.
Well, I'd like not to, but that's cool. Good, Dylan.
All you need is a 4. Okay, we got a 9 and a 13. Well done. 9 for plays, 13 for Shady. Well done. Excellent.
Yeah.
You guys will be able to go into this next scene without any negatives. Good job. Good job. You guys got your bennies?
That's the
Fantastic.
damage to my pride is Shady.
So yeah, the young toughs at first they're not going to let you in. You know, it's like, no, private establishment, which is bullshit because you can see a whole bunch of other assholes in there and they're drinking up and having a good time. One of them says in some okay English that it's a private party. But when one of you mentions that you're representing Professor Colbert, they stop, get a little excited. They hit each other and they walk off and they're talking to each other quickly. One of them tells you to wait here. The other one goes inside. Less than a minute later, a large, elegantly dressed man comes forward. He has a long, thin mustache and a long, wispy goatee. And as he comes up, he's stroking the beard. And he looks at he sizes each of you up. He is above average height, nothing really crazy imposing. He's a heavy set fellow, but again, he is dressed very, very well compared to the others. And there is a young, there's an older man standing next to him with an English accent, bald, spectacles, dressed similar to his employer. He introduces himself as Raymond, and that he is the interpreter for Boss Howe. As Boss Howe is speaking, Raymond is an excellent interpreter and very fast. And Boss Howe is asking exactly what has happened to Professor Colbert. Any news would be greatly appreciated and well rewarded. It's funny because when he says information well rewarded, cue up some tense music as there's several individuals start walking out from side alleys and streets as Howe was nodding around you guys. The men are back about 20, 30 feet, hanging out under lampposts strategically placed around the front of the Jade Pavilion. Each of them are carrying small axes. Gentlemen, you have the floor. You are talking to Boss Man Howe.
We were asked to come by here and check into some situations. Something like that.
Okay. Johnny, Everett, do you guys have anything else you want to put in? Sam cannot speak up. I can't do anything with Sam. So it is up to you guys to carry this conversation.
I go ahead and step forward and introduce myself. Mr. Howe, I'm Shady Doug Laveau, and we are here on business to find out what exactly happened to the good doctor before his untimely demise. I saw his apartment, and it looked like some sort of creature, fangs and claws, scaled his building and tore him to shreds.
Everett, is there anything Place wants to throw in on this?
Well, I look at all the guys holding their axes, and I just smile.
No. All right, Place is watching the guys. They didn't even make a move. All right. Here's what
The doctor does get excited when he reminds me about the apartment where we found the dead body. He actually pulls out that picture. He's like, "Look, I got a picture."
Oh, well, first of all, couple of things right off the bat. You don't need to make a roll for this because it's right on Bossman Powell's face. He is genuinely surprised when you say that Culber's dead. Even the translator is, because when you say it, he goes back and he looks up at How looks at him like, and when Raymond explains it, How leans back, glances around, and Raymond starts to talk, and How puts his hand out and pushes Raymond back. And the English is it's okay. It's okay. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. What do you mean the professor is dead?
Yeah.
How?
This creature right here in the picture, I actually used a scientific thing to get the last image from the professor when he died. This thing attacked him and killed him.
I was looking at this and glancing around. He raises his hands, he motions above you, and Plays. You can see the men all bowing, and they're receding back to where they usually stand as dark and silent sentries to the Jade Pavilion. And How steps in, talks to Raymond, turns, and goes back inside the Jade Pavilion. Raymond bows and now turns to all of you, and he bows and he motions for you to please. Master How welcomes you as guest and wishes to learn more. The scene shifts, and you guys are in the Jade Pavilion. Food has been brought to you. Warm drink of your specifications has been brought to you. And How is looking at the photograph, and he's looking over and he just shakes his head. Lynchburg. I had no idea. I assumed he was still in the city. I have been having people look for him. The prospects of his inventions, they would have made me very rich and very powerful in the maze. I was looking to be his sole investor in this. But you tell me he's dead. You tell me his lab has been destroyed. I knew about the lab. I didn't know anything about this. He shakes the photograph that Doc Lightning had made.
Yeah. Be careful with that. I gotta publish that article here.
Yeah. Do you guys have any questions for him?
We came across one of his projects, which was like a water purifier.
Yes, you guys still had that.
Yeah, I don't know what his intentions are, but I pull that out. I put it on the table, and I tell him, "Well, we came across this."
He puffs his chest up, he nods, and he snaps his fingers. He points down, and in quick Mandarin, he's talking to everyone around him. People turn, they're all like, "Oh yeah." They're like, a lot of people recognize this. And How explains that yes. From what he understood, the professor has a life-size prototype not far from here. Well, he would not disclose, and I respected the man's privacy. Again, the implications were far too sweet for me to sour that deal. Donnie, do you have any questions for How?
Just a comment. Tell
Yeah.
Mr. Howell, ain't no privacy for dead men here in the West. Mr. Howell, so long as this monster is out here, it will never come to fruition.
Yeah, he's concerned about that. It's no good. People turn to me for protection. You make an excellent point, Mr. Doug.
You can call me Laveau.
He tries. He tries. He does. He tries.
Okay, we'll settle with Doug. We'll settle with Doug.
Yeah. He raises a glass of sake with you, and yeah, he says that. And Raymond explains to you that Master Howell, he likes you. He likes you. Howell explains that people turn to him for protection. So yes, understanding what this creature is paramount. But so is making sure that his investment is not lost. Everett, do you have anything?
I couldn't help but notice that he mentioned a life-size working model.
Yes, he says that him and his he came by initially by himself looking for investors, stating that he came from south, he came from the city of Los Angeles, and that he had traveled up here because, and this is exactly what Howe says, the atmosphere was untenable for him. The church was aggressive towards his works. Another time he came here, he was excited. I saw the prospect, and when he showed me the pictures of what he wanted, I couldn't see it. That's why he points to the little small scale model. He says, he explains that the Culberizer is what he called it, the Culberizer. And when he showed me what it could do, and he explained as best he could how tall it was and how big it was, well, I began giving him money. And one of the times he came by with his partner, Mr. Howard.
Mr. Howard. We found Mr. Howard here.
Oh, no, it's hold on one second. Let me make sure I got that right. Because I'm a good judge. Oh, excuse me, not Howard, Harmon. He came with his assistant Harmon. And that they said that they were working nearby. Could each of you please give me a notice roll? Whoever gets the highest, I'll give a Benny to, and your character will be the first one to see the oh shit moment.
No.
No, double ones by play. Holy shit! Shady Doug with the 23. Shady, you might have something. Actually, yes, you did it. Okay. Doc Lightning's got himself the 3. So, first of all, we'll start with Shady. Johnny, as is tradition here at Savage Sessions, I believe in handing out a turkey. I only do this once a night. And a turkey is where I give your character a point of conviction. I will get to that to you shortly. Conviction is similar to a Benny. You can spend it at any time, and you will get to automatically add a D6 to whatever you roll.
All right.
Because you got a 23, that means you rolled a 6, and a 5. Anytime someone aces 3 times on one roll, I give a turkey out. I give a bonus out to them. So congratulations, you've earned the turkey. I'll get that to you momentarily. So right. You sit first. Plays. You got a crit fail. So
hey, you want to know what happened?
Yeah. Plays.
Yeah.
You will not be able to act in this immediate scene because you are busy. Why did you not notice the nun from Lynchburg here in San Fran?
So as the gentleman and I were talking about this, life-size working version, and I was just totally enraptured with the conversation and what he was saying, visualizing all the mechanical, whatnot and so on. And so as far as I was concerned, nothing else mattered. And I was getting ready to ask him if we could see this life-size version and he could explain it further. And then
what's Doc Lightning doing?
Because
holy shit,
he probably got distracted with something on his gun, or he playing with that device on the table that he pulled out.
But Shady, like I said, you've been a huckster for a little while now. And one of the things that you've learned is how to read people. It's crucial to your job. And when this chick sees the four of you, and Father Sam looks up and cocks his head and says, "Oh, that's the nun we helped." Her eyes get big and she turns and she starts to try and run back upstairs. What do you want Shady Doug to do?
Immediately I want Shady Doug to stand up, throw out the seat behind him, start chasing after her, and I tell the crew behind me, "Get her!" and chase her up the stairs.
Okay, so you want to go running up the stairs. Okay, give me an athletics roll because there's a lot of people in between you, the stairs, and her.
All right.
Yeah, so give me an athletics roll. Ooh, you need at least a 4. So it's up to you. Like, okay, if you fail this, that just means that you didn't make it. Yeah, I mean, you would need a raise to get to her, but like between you and her, you got stopped.
Yeah, I'll just go with it. I'll say.
Okay, so what happened in your head? What happened? How did this failure happen?
I would say what happened is that, as soon as I yelled go get her, a whole bunch of us, me and a bunch of Howell's men, ended up colliding together at the staircase, and we all got stuck.
I just yell out, "Go get her!"
Right, and it was as you laugh and you look up, and then you see the nun, and the camera zooms in on Doc's face as he tilts his head. And it goes through his eye and into his little brain pan. And all of a sudden, everything starts clicking into place.
She killed my buddy.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and make another go at the stairs. Go grab her.
Excellent. Go ahead. Give me an athletics roll. Oh, shit. You got it. Okay. Success in a race. All right, I'm going to come back to you because you will get an opportunity. It's not quite what you think. Greg! What's Doc doing? Because you have a problem now. Doug is a spry young man. And where you were at just a spot where you could have probably flash fried the stairs and that chunk of the second floor. And, maybe blasted her out of the wall or something, some crazy shit like that. That's okay. She deserves it. Bitch killed your friend. He's now your friend, by the way. Professor Culber's now your best friend.
That's right. Never worked with him a day of my life, but he's my best friend.
He's your best friend. But now there's a problem. Is she's up and Doug is very close to her.
Okay. Could I shoot over to the side to keep her from going into a room or something?
From where you're at, as you're looking up? Yeah, you could do that. Go ahead, give me a science roll. Oh, shit, nice. Got yourself an 11. Hell yeah. Doug is as you come running up, and you got her ankle. You managed to jump, snatch one of her ankles, and she flops to the ground, and she turns, and her face has gone from just this pristine, angelic look, just contorted into pure, unadulterated rage. How dare you? And her hand comes out and she starts rattling some shit off in Latin. The hairs on the back of your neck stand up on end. You watch the bloody bones fly out. Doc, you got the success in the raise. As she fell, your blast actually goes off a split second after she tosses the bones in the air, and she had several bones that she let loose. And your shot actually destroys half of those.
Nice.
3 of the bones hit the ground. They immediately start bubbling and sputtering, and hot blood starts splashing all over Doug. And it is scalding hot. What's Plays doing?
Am I in bow and arrow range?
You want to take a shot at her?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah.
That just seems really simple. Shooting or fighting?
Shooting, please. Yeah.
4 and a 1.
Got a 4. Okay. All you need is a 4. So go ahead, roll me 2d6.
Okay. Yeah, finally a roll worth, you know,
Yeah.
it's a good thing. And 2d6s, I get a 3 and a 3. Am I reading that right? Yep.
Yes, you did. Okay, so that's a 6. She has a toughness of 5, so the arrow flies out. It catches her through the forearm, and she rolls on her side, and her foot lashes out, and it catches Shady Doug in the bridge of his nose. And that's enough to stun Shady Doug just for a second. Plus, there are 3 bubbling blood pools right in front of Doug. Doug, do you let her go, or do you try to hold on to her?
Try to hold on.
Yeah, give me a strength roll.
Let's see here. Strength.
Nice. Okay, not only do you hold on to her, you got the 10. That's a success. Give me a second. Give me a second. Oh, yeah, no, she's only got a D4 and a D6 because she's a wild card. Okay, she got a 4, so you still beat her by 4 points. You got success, you got a raise.
Down the stairs.
Wait, hold on a second. You beat her by... Yeah, you beat her by 6, so yeah, okay. So you didn't get a raise. You didn't get a raise. But you got success. So you're still holding on to her, tried to pull her forward, and she looks surprised. And then, Doug, that's when the first set of skeletal bloody arms erupt out of the blood pockets. It is a horrible, bloody mess. People are down because people are like, hell yeah. They're like, you're beating the hell out of the nun. Apparently, they're not a fan. And it's excitement. People are cheering. And then the blood starts splattering all over the place. And then the bony hands start rising up out of an impossible angle of the floor and the walls. And then the skeletal heads start bursting, literally bursting out of the pockets. And as they're starting to form and pull themselves out, they're screaming like hungry, angry babies. I need each of you to please give me a spirit check. This is a terror check. It'll be done at a -2. If you fail this, I will be rolling off of my favorite chart.
4. Well, you said it's at a -2?
Yes!
You suck.
Now, hold on. Make sure that you look at your character sheet.
What's that?
Look at A. Doug, not only did you get the double 1s, you failed, but I will actually be adding the 2 to your next roll. Oh, boy. Give me a second.
Given how close I was to the explosion of blood and bones, I think that's pretty accurate.
I'm confident Benny to re-roll mine.
Yeah, okay.
Roll. There's a 10 for you.
That's why you spend bennies. Oh, Johnny, I'm so sorry, but that's okay. So here, Johnny, this is what I need you to do for me real quick. Before we go any further, Johnny, it doesn't matter. No, actually it might. Does your character have any edge that says brave?
Edges.
Yes.
Arcane background, huckster, and card sharp.
Woo! You're fucked. Okay, so here you go. Roll me a D20. So you just go over to the dice there, bring up that little chart, click on the D20, please. And kids, we're going to add 2 to whatever he rolls. It's a 15. That's a 17. Panicked. The victim immediately moves his full pace plus running die away from the danger and is shaken. You are in combat, so you don't have to worry about that. So right now, you have let go of her. Doug has stood up, glanced around, blood splats him in the face, and as he goes, he literally goes tumbling down the stairs, miraculously stands up, and he is screaming like a small child, pushing his way out of the damn Jade Pavilion. So what this means is, Johnny, you will be out for the next 2 rounds. I will be having you roll for the NPCs. That is your punishment for failing this roll. So, boys, you can now blame Johnny for any of the misfortunes that happened to you and not me. I'm a good GM. So, here's
that
what we
means
got.
she's standing by herself now on that ledge, right?
And there are 3 bloody ones. Because you know they're bloody ones, as she has quite badassery. She has snapped your Blaze arrow in half, yanked it out, stood up, and she has this crazed fucking expression on her face. And she looks around, and the bloody ones have stood up, and she announces to everyone, "Yes, yes, my bloody ones, rise, rise and make work of my enemies," as she holds her hands out wide. I didn't say she was a smart enemy, but apparently she's trapped, and this is her do or die moment.
Oh, she asked for it.
My master, you will not take the power from my master. We will rule the maze. Oh, yeah, okay. Please.
Trivia question.
Please. You got...
Trivia.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. So if I kill the main one, does that kill the ghost puddle ones?
You have no idea. But it sounds like a solid plan.
So I would like to do an amazing trick I learned as a kid.
Yeah, what's this?
There's a way to shoot 3 arrows at the same time.
Multi-shot.
Yes, so I would like to shoot 3 arrows all on the main one. She can't deflect them all.
Interesting. I like that. We're going to go rule of cool. We're going to do multi-shot. Sadly for you, you are not really trained to do that, but it could work. It might happen. You're going to be at a negative 4 for all of these because it's extremely difficult to do what you want to do.
Yeah,
but it could happen.
Anything can happen with the proper roll.
Exactly. So here's what you're going to do.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have 2 of the goats.
Oh, God.
One of those to help him out.
Oh, shit.
Dude.
Johnny. Are you still with us?
Yeah, he is.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm still here.
Johnny, I apologize. Yes, you got the double ones. I allow you to spend conviction on these rolls. Would you like to
give me a turkey?
Yes, you have your turkey. Would you like to use that to try and mitigate the panicked? And I will retcon that. Or do you
Yeah.
want to stick? Or do you want to stick with it?
I think I'm going to go ahead and use that conviction.
Go ahead. Go over there on the dice chart. Click me a D6. Let's see if that works for you. I hope it does. If it does, we'll rewind.
Okay, so I just
Yep.
do hit a D6.
Yep. Oof. No, Johnny, I'm sorry. That's a
That's right,
3.
guys.
That's a 3. That'll bump that up to the 1. That'll make it up to a 3. It's a failure.
Right.
Even with on the chart, it's the panicked is 15 through 17. So sadly, I'm sorry.
So, but with it being a 3 now,
Uh-huh.
can I spend a Benny to re-roll my spirit?
No, not with that.
Okay.
I will allow you to spend conviction on a quote unquote critical failure, but I can't let you spend bennies for that.
All right.
So
Bennies aren't that cool.
yeah, not compared to conviction. It was a nice try though, and you know what? You gambled, you lost. I still want to give you something cool. Go ahead, take a Benny.
Yay!
So, and you'll be in the next round. Okay?
All right.
Yeah.
Perfect. Good. Excellent. So, Jesus, Greg, you said you wanted to do something?
I was going to see if I could use one of my convictions to help Everett out with his trick shot to make it easier.
Yeah. Yeah, death to the evil queen bitch thing.
You know what? This is a holiday episode. So, yes. So,
Aw.
Everett,
Yay.
happy
All right,
Thanksgiving.
Let me
No.
throw that on the table.
Thank
gonna-
you.
Happy
And
Thanksgiving.
Greg, you can take a Benny. That was very, very good of you. I like that. So, Everett, here's what I want you to do.
Yeah.
You'll be doing multi-shots.
Yeah.
So, what is your shooting die?
It's a 20. Hold on. I'm gonna.
Thank you. It's the
Yeah.
holiday episode.
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. I've already been generous, super generous.
It is a 6 in all realism.
Okay, so here's what you're gonna do for me. Okay, very easy. Everett, you're gonna roll me 4d6.
Oh, that's easy.
Yep.
I could do that. I'm trained in that. Let's see. We're gonna come over here and then do this and
Okay,
Yep.
now remember, each of these are -4. Holy shit. Now hold on. Okay. You got
Right.
6. You got a 6, a 1, a 4, and a 1. All
Yeah.
right. Roll me a d6 for that ace right now.
that's a 3.
Okay, so that's 9 minus 4, that's a 5. One of those arrows hit.
Okay.
Now you got a negative. So right now, all the rest of them are zeros. You can use that conviction on one of those. So you can roll me a d6. This can ace.
That's 5.
It's a 5. All right. So that means because all of those are zeros. All right. You can't go in the negatives. That means 2 of those arrows hit. The third one went wide.
Okay, that's
so
fine.
Everett, roll me 2d6 for the first arrow.
2 and a 1.
Are you happy with that?
No,
You could spend a Benny.
I'm gonna spend a penny. I'll move things out of the way so I can see my bennies and yeah. Boop. And then so that was 2d6s. We're gonna do that again. Learn how to use a mouse.
Clicky, clicky.
Yep. That's a 4 and a 1.
That's a 5. All right.
Yep.
So it's up to you. You can keep that and we move on to the second shot, or you can spend another Benny.
With a 5, I'll take it.
Okay. She's shaking. Okay.
Okay.
I'm not going to take this from you. I'm not going to spend bennies to soak her shit. I don't believe in doing that. So she's shaking. Now roll me 2d6 again.
Oh yeah. 4 and a 3.
It's a 7. She has touches a 5. So another shakes. I mean, that what you've done, she is now shaken. Hold on. I got to mark this.
And slightly stirred.
So she is wounded. She has 1 wound. and she is shaken. Okay.
Excellent.
So that means if Greg, you are up.
All
What do you got,
right.
Doc Lightning? There are 3 bloody ones, and there is this nun, this crazy nun,
With an arrow sticking out of her nose.
with a couple of arrows in her. Like she's hurt. She's hurt.
Might as well finish the chick off.
Yeah, zapper. They're gonna
Oh,
Yeah,
Hey.
we're cranking that gun up too.
okay. Well, people in the Jade Pavilion have started to run the hell out. Like they're freaking the fuck out. You know, a lot of the guards have got Master Howe and they have moved him out and away from this. And Master Howe is, well, why would I risk my men when I got these guys? So this is perfect. So yes, okay. So what you see? You said you're cranking it up?
Yeah,
Oh shit. All right.
got a 5. So that's a hit.
That's a hit. Yeah, that's a hit. All right. So you said that you did 3d6.
3d6.
Okay, she's already wounded and she's shaken.
Yeah.
Holy shit. 1, 6 to 6. So Greg, roll me 2 more d6.
woohoo.
Okay, so there's 13 plus 5. That is 18. She has a toughness of 5.
Yeah.
She's already wounded. So, Greg, as in your head, you have killed the nun.
She's well done, Christy.
Well done. So yeah, so 2 arrows. Again, she's screaming. The bloody ones are crawling like spiders along the wall, and one of them's getting ready to jump down onto the crowd that's trying to run away. And all of a sudden, the dot gets up on the table because you need the elevation to get the good shot. And it's like a scene out of a bloody version of Ghostbusters as the lightning flashes out and it zips up and it smacks her in the chest, picks her up off the ground, flings her up against the opposite wall, and she goes through the wall into the other room. And she lands, and then there's a loud, and there's a puff of smoke, and fire starts coming out of that room. The bloody ones have not gone away.
Great.
One of them jumps down, and it lands in front of Place. The other one has jumped down, and it will not get to the professor. Oh, excuse me, it will not get to Doc Lightning in this round, but it will the next. The third one has jumped down, and it is running towards Sam. Sam has been trying to get people to get out as quickly as they can. So he is also pretty much on the outlier. And he does not know that there's something running up behind him because he's too busy trying to get people out of the Jade Pavilion. Doug, you are in. You have run outside, you have stopped, you have pulled blood, and oh god, that's like a thin membrane of flesh is on your face and on your hands. You've pulled that off, and you turn as people are now running out of the Jade Pavilion. And as they're thinning out, you glance up and you see Father Sam is pushing people out, and there is something running up behind him. It's skittering along the wall, and it looks like it's going to get ready to hit him in a matter of seconds. You are shaken, so the first thing I need you to do is roll me a spirit. If you fail this, you will not be able to help. So give me a spirit roll, please. You got a 5. All you need is a 4, so you can act. What do you want Doug to do?
All right. I want Doug to pull out the 2 aces from his charge it with energy, and throw 2 blasts at the same time. Is that possible? I don't
Yes, you
have
can.
stop. I don't.
Yes, you can. You'll be at a -2 to both of the shots, but it can be done. So, give me spell casting for the first one. Let's see how that rolls. Nicely done. Well done. Hell yeah. Got a 6 and a 2. Are you happy with that?
I am.
Good. Okay, that first one connects. We'll see about the second one.
Okay.
Okay, well, it's a 6. That drops it down to a 4. I'm sorry. So that still hits.
All right.
You got a 5. That drops it down to a 3. So you got 3. Yes, you can.
Okay, yeah. All right. So,
Toss that Benny and click reroll, please. Okay, you got a 3 and a 4, so you still keep the 5, which is a 3, so that's a failure. So you hit it unless you want to spend another Benny.
yes, I want to spend another Benny.
Okay, so now you're down to 2. Okay, click reroll.
There we go.
There you go. 6. That's a 4, so you got 2 hits. So let's talk about the first one. Roll me 2d6, please. With an 8 and a 6. Okay, so the first one hits it and it shakes it. Okay.
All right.
Roll me another 2d6 because you hit it twice. Okay, roll me 1d6. I forgot it should have been 3d6 for both. Okay, so no, and well, okay, for damage, I don't worry about critical failures on damage. So, and you have 2 bennies left. Do you want to try and re-roll that damage?
Yes, I would.
Okay, you're down to 1
get
benny.
more.
Okay, so roll me 3d6.
There we go.
There we go. Excellent. Well done. That's a 10. That is enough all by itself. The first one hits it, careens into its head. As Sam looks up, he sees Doug, and as he's moving people out, he smiles, a cheerful smile, and I'm getting everyone out. Oh my gosh! And the car goes zipping past his face, and he crouches down, and then another car goes zipping past his face, and the bloody one is in midair, claws extended. The first one careens in his head, sends his head backwards, his body goes up and underneath of it, and the second shot careens into its chest, and the bloody one blows up into glorious bloody goo all over the Jade Pavilion. Well done, Johnny. All right, plays. You have one directly in front of you.
Oh, I have a glorious finish. I'm gonna throw
What do you want?
I'm gonna throw my axe at it.
You're gonna throw your axe at it.
Yeah.
All right. That's an athletics roll.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice. I mean, everybody else is finishing all gory and explosive.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, why can't I?
It could happen. It could happen.
Everything can happen.
You did the
Wow,
most.
Yeah, come on. 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Let's
Meatloaf.
do this.
Yeah, so I rolled
That's a 9. That's a success. That's a raise. All right.
Yeah.
The axe. What is the damage of the axe? Normal.
77. Look, you want real numbers, then I don't know. But hold on a second. I gotta scroll down and find it. Let's see. Yes, axe, great. The Wendigo. No, button damage, strength D1, D10.
D10. Holy shit. All right, what's your strength?
Also a D10. No.
Are you
no.
what?
I'm joking. Oh my.
Oh,
You're so funny. Where do I find that at?
up at the very top,
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
left-hand side.
Oh, dude, I'm an idiot. Yeah, it's a D10.
Fuck me. Okay, so you're gonna roll me off the dice of the silent dice roll. You're gonna roll me a D10. You're gonna roll me 2D10 plus a D6 because you got the raise on the hit.
Okay, 2 D10 and a D6.
Yes, sir.
Boom, boom. That's a 7, 5, and a 4.
So it's a 14 plus a 12 plus a 4, so that's 16 points of damage. Again, these are not wild cards. All you need to do is 1 wound. That is more than enough. So yeah, as it lands, and it is not far from Plays at all. Like, Plays could have easily just brought Wendigo around, did a quick jump forward, and popped him. But no. Wendigo comes out, Plays cocks his head, and with one arm sends it out, and the camera follows Wendigo as the gigantic, look how big fucking axe goes whipping through. The bloody one comes up to the height, extends its arms. If it would have stayed crouched down, you would have just taken its head and most of its midsection out. When it stands up, extends its arms, the blade hits, careens through its body, and embeds itself in the wall below the stairs. And the bloody one, as it staggers back for a second, and then most of its body just falls inwards. And it collapses to the ground. Its head hits, its mouth is moving, and Plays. You take a couple of big steps forward, and your foot smashes down on its head. And then it's like you hit a water balloon filled with blood, and it just sprays all over the floor. Doc, there's one more.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
shit.
We're gonna take another cranked up shot with the old lightning gun.
We'll see what happens. This poor brothel. This poor brothel.
That's what they get for running out, leaving us to finish them.
That's right. That's right. They should have stayed. Gave you guys directions.
All right, weird science.
You got
Ooh,
6 to
there's
5. Are you
6.
happy with that?
6 and a 5. You know what? I keep the highest. I'm gonna throw a Benny because I got 4 left, and we're
Let's
on our
do
last
it.
episode.
Let's do it. Hell yes. Drive it like you stole it. Okay. Yep. Just click the reroll and let's see what happens.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah, 2 and 11. That's a success. That's your race. So now you're rolling 4d6. There we go. My God. 16 right off the bat. Roll me another d6 because you got a 6 in there. There you go. There's 18. Yeah. It lands at the base of the steps and it goes into the air. It doesn't even get more than 3 or 4 inches off the ground when we hear the high-pitched cackling of Doc Lightning, and the entire room lights up as the blast arcs forward, and in slow motion, we watch as it careens into the base of the skull of the bloody one, pulverize the head, rip down and blast its spinal column apart, and sending the rest of its body in all different directions. Before the pieces even hit the ground, they're already bubbling up and splashing all over. As the scene comes to an end, our heroes are walking around. They're looking at the carnage, and we see them going up to the 2nd floor. And in the room, there is the nun. And she's lying there. A giant hole, almost perfectly symmetrical, starting at the base of her neck and, again, just filling up most of her upper body. There isn't a whole lot of blood. The lightning pretty much cauterized everything that was in her. There's a putrid smell of burnt bacon as you guys come up. And as you guys come walking out back to look down at the main floor, Master Hao is there, and he glances around and he raises his hands. His translator quickly begins shouting out to the people that, you see, Master Hao only employs the best enforcers. And
Mhm.
people begin cheering for you guys. The scene shifts again, and we find ourselves back on the waterfront, and some time has passed. You guys have been the guests for Master Howe, and they have located Harmon. He's a young man, big guy, barrel chested, got the Van Dyke going on. Completely surprised about Culber. He had heard that there was something, but he's been out working on the prototype, and he came back because his associate was supposed to come back like a day or so ago. He's shocked. The scene transitions, and you're going out into the Chanfran Bay. Go out, and you're on one of the maze runners. Essentially, it's a large steam-driven speedboat. It's one of Master Howe's private boats. And it's the four of you with Master Howe and Harmon. You go out into the maze. It's a good 20 minutes out. And it's still along the mainland. You're traveling south. And Harmon is giving directions to the pilot. The guy slows the boat, and there's a large cave, a natural crack in the mainland. He guides the boat in skillfully, and inside of this cave, there appears to be a building inside the cave.
Uh-oh. The doc's getting excited.
Well, shocking, but Howe says that this is very common, actually. That when the Great Quake hit, some buildings were literally just sucked into the earth. He happens to employ a couple miners, and he knows of that they literally live inside the walls of a plateau because they found a house that got sucked in. And it's still relatively intact. And this looks to be amazing. It's a small hotel. Most of the ground floor is still intact. Some of the second floor is still intact. But Harmon takes you to the back, and in the back, just pumping away, is the prototype of the Cobalizer. It's a large black machine. I was very, very happy with this. Harmon is not. He explains to you that he's only been working with the Professor Culber for a short time. And without the blueprints, he's not sure that he could replicate this. It'll take him time. And Howe pats the man on the shoulder and makes a very ominous prediction that you will have your time and you will make me my machine. Says close to Thanksgiving. And Chanfran does it up in style. It's an awesome amalgamation of Western tradition and Eastern tradition. The entire town, street after street, is just feast. You guys spend the next day and a half just exploring and enjoying what Shan Fran has to offer. It's a couple days after Thanksgiving when the courier arrives, an ambassador for the Twilight Legion. No rest for the wicked. She hands off your new instructions. For Doc Lightning and Plays, they're instructed to head south. There's some bizarre happenings, and they would like the two of you to go down and look into things. For Shady Doug and Father Sam, an interesting situation has come up here in Shan Fran. And with the inroads that Shady Doug has made with Master How, there's lucrative and helpful allies that can be made for the Twilight Legion and Shan Fran. So the two of you have been asked to stay and look into some possible alliance making here. Real quick, like I said, each of your characters was given an opportunity to indulge in Shan Fran. How did each of you spend that day? Greg, what did the doc do?
He definitely went out, but being the doc,
Yeah.
he went looking in different shops, probably looking at local like fix-it shops to see what they had around.
Nice.
Things like that. Also looking to see what kinds of spare parts he might be able to find in his adventures.
Very cool. I love that. So as that little montage is going on, what about Shady Doug?
Shady Doug spent the day at the bathhouse getting all the gunk cleaned off of him. Went to the nearest tailor shop in the Oriental District to get a new silk suit and have a gold dragon embroidered on his arms.
Love it.
On the arms of his sleeves.
Love it. Yes, absolutely. What about Plays?
So I wanted to visit an area that I knew, I wouldn't be targeted. So I wanted to visit Prawn Valley.
Okay.
And, maybe experience some of the local cuisine. Because, why not? And I was kind of looking, not necessarily following the doctor's cues to the fix-it shops, but more or less looking at the shops that sell gadgets. Because
nice. Okay.
As we all know, that's near and dear to my heart. And just kind of seeing what the modern contemporary, gadget offings are, just to explore and let the mind wander and free itself for a minute.
Love it. Yes, absolutely. And the scene ends with Plays sitting down. He has a bunch of, it's a crate that he's been carrying around. You feel safe walking the streets of Shan Fran for the most part, because word has traveled that you are you're one of Master How's chief enforcers now. Well, they don't need to know the truth, and you've been enjoying that. Let them be ignorant. You sit down at one of the local restaurants, Plays, and you have the crate, all these unique finds. Maybe Doc Lightning can help you with some of these. And we hear a familiar voice come up, and it's Miss Lee. And as she walks up, hello, and welcome to... As she stops when she sees Plays, her eyes get big, and she drops the tray, and the dumplings go all over the floor. What's the look on Plays' face?
curiosity, surprise, and the traditional, one eyebrow up, like, what in the world?
Fantastic. And the screen goes black and the credits start to roll. Congratulations, gentlemen. You've successfully completed Past the Salt.
Okay, so now that we're done, I have to ask the meaning of the title, Past the Salt. What's the story on that?
The Cauterizer. What does the Cauterizer do?
Oh, it turns water from salt. Okay.
Mid-credit scene! As the credits stop and a new scene pops up, we see an old man. He looks to be easily in his mid-70s, withered face, crazy white hair and mutton chops. He's putting on a simple black button-down shirt, doing cufflinks. He's in an office, it's dark, stained oak all around. There's some people in the background, and as he's getting himself dressed, we hear the voices behind him. When we found out what happened to our nun in Shanfran, our agent in Shanfran, we were shocked. We have the names of the individuals that brought her low, but we're not sure how to proceed, sir. Camera pans around. We see the individuals there. There's 3 of them. 2 of them are men. 1 of them is a woman. They're dressed all in red. Cloaks, in fact. They have the cloaks pulled back. And on their chest, there is a gold crucifix on each of their chests. When the camera goes back around, the old man is readjusting, and he stops. He looks over at them. But now do nothing. We have enough problems with that damnable city. Just keep an eye on things. If there's any progress with that infernal machine, we have ways of combating that. Send somebody new to set up shop in that city. And when he turns back around, he's adjusted the collar, and there's a white spot right in the middle. And he puts on the jacket, and he picks up the Holy Bible, and the 3 men bow. And if those individuals ever step foot in my city, kill them on sight. That's the least we owe them.
Sweet.
He turns back around and he goes to the door and he pushes it open. As he pushes it open, it's inside a large cathedral. The man walks out, and everyone in the audience, in the pews, they all stand. Most are dressed nice, but especially the people up at the front are dressed nice. And as it goes further back, and there are hundreds of people in this cathedral. Some are even standing along the walls. The old man goes up to the pulpit, sets the Bible down. As the camera's looking up at him, he opens the Bible, and it's not a traditional Bible. It's a absolutely degrading piece of work. There are blood splats on the inside, profane markings, degrading pictures as he flips through, and he has a very maniacal smile on his face. He fluffs his sideburns, and he looks up, and as he's looking up, his eyes go from solid black to a nice auburn color. And he raises his hand, and he welcomes everyone to the Chapel of Los Angeles. Food will be served shortly. And the screen goes black, and the credits continue to roll. That's a wrap for this week. Join us again here at Radio Salad Studios, home for Savage Sessions.
Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and hit that bell icon to be notified when new episodes are released.
Until we see each other again,
Go out there,
be safe,
have fun,
and may the dice be with you.
always.
This game references the Savage Worlds game system, available from Pinnacle Entertainment Group at www.peginc.com. It is unofficial media content permitted under the Media Network Content Agreement. This content is not managed, approved, or endorsed by Pinnacle Entertainment Group. Certain portions of the materials used are the intellectual property of Pinnacle and all rights reserved. Savage Worlds, all related settings, and unique characters, locations, and characters, logos, and trademarks are copyrights of Pinnacle Entertainment Group.